Am I live? I guess I might be. Let's see. Certainly looks like it. Am I live? I guess I might be. Let's see. Yes, I am live. That's great. Let's see if anyone actually joins. 0 viewers. Oh, we have someone. Jackson Ortez. Hi. Welcome to the stream. You're the first one to ever join one of these live streams. Congratulations. You did it. How you doing today, man? It's 2 a.m. for me right now. I spent like 2 hours just trying to randomly create a live stream on my second channel. It was kind of didn't really plan it out that much. So yeah. Hey Aiden Granger. Hi John. Thank you for joining. This random live stream. Also, let me know if my audio is too loud or something. I'm testing it all out right now, so yeah. All right, guys. So, what time is it for you right now? It's 2 a.m. for me. Love your videos. Thank you, Trent Toast. I appreciate it. Hey, Brandon Heat. With the skeletons. Oh, we have 15 viewers. It looks like, at least. Or 12. With the skeletons. Let's see. I'll just tweet this out. Live on my second channel. Come say hi. Alright. That's great. 7:09 p.m., 8:09 p.m., 8 p.m., 8:09. Yeah. I figured most of you are from the US, right? I'm from Denmark, so. Hey Buffy, nice to see you. 6. Why don't you do this on Sir Spooks and get more people, although it's probably not the channel for this stuff. Yeah, I'm just doing it on the second channel because it's my first like live stream on YouTube, so I just figured I figured I would mess up multiple times on my first live stream, so I'm just doing it with fewer viewers. I figured that would be easier to get through. So only a few people will know how stupid I look. It's 1 a.m. here. Yep. The UK. You're 1 hour behind. From us, at least. Okay, so yeah, I just called it a live Q&A so you guys can ask me questions if you want. And I'll try my best to answer. I've been doing a lot of different projects. Only the true believers will watch this stream. Yes. Definitely. Hello, SM. The true believers in the cult. Yep. Join the cult. For those who don't know, Buffy Reads is the moderator on my Sir Spooks Discord server. Well, I could have played a game or something, but right now, it's just Right now it's just quiet. Not used to it. Okay, I thought you were English. No offense. No offense taken. Cheers to Denmark. Thank you, Manuel. Hello, Dudist Nerf. Nice to see you. We have 19 viewers. That's incredible. Okay, guys, so, have you seen any, horror movies lately? It is spooky season, so you are obligated to watch horror movies. I just, watched a new one that came out today called No One Will Save You. It's on Hulu or Disney Plus, depending on which country you're from. It's like an alien invasion movie. It's really cool, so I recommend it. Okay, so question. If you were introducing someone into horror films, what movie would you suggest? So if I was introducing someone, so if it's someone who hasn't really watched that many, I think one I would introduce them to is The Woman in Black. Not sure why. It's one of the first ones that really got me into horror movies. Like, I'd watched some before that, obviously, but the only horror movie I watched this time of year is Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. Yep, me too. It's like, that was actually my first Halloween tradition movie that I watch every year. It's a great movie. It has the perfect vibes for October and Halloween. I'm trying to binge the Friday the 13th movies. I do it every autumn season. Wow, that's a lot of movie, isn't it? It's like, I don't know why the chat is so slow. Is it for you too as well? Anyway, yeah, Friday the 13th movies. How many are there in that? Let me just check that. It's like a lot of movies, right? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 13 Friday the 13th movies. Wow. That's a lot. I've watched Child's Play yesterday. Gotta love Chucky. The Old Dark House, 1930s Universal horror movie with Boris Karloff, directed by James Whale. That's cool. I haven't watched it. Didn't really know about it either. I finally watched Evil Dead Rise the other day, and it was honestly worth the 10-year wait. Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty cool. I know some people were, for some reason, like, disappointed in it, but I thought it was pretty cool. The Host, The Reef, Silent Hill 1, The Green Inferno, Fear.com, Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. I've watched all of those, and I like a lot of them. Especially The Host and Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. Really cool movies. Gonjiam Haunted Asylum is like one of the best found footage movies in my opinion. It's kind of reminiscent of, what's it called? Grave Encounters. All the old Universal black and white films from the early 1930s. Damn, that's cool. A very educated, cultured man or woman. I haven't seen many of them, unfortunately. I need to catch up. I don't do the last couple, they're pretty bad, but the first few are good. Oh yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, I've only seen like very few Friday the 13th movies. It's one of those horror franchises that I really just need to get into. And I've had a few franchises that I've binged recently, like Saw and Halloween and Final Destination, because there were a lot of, like, one of those huge franchises that have a lot of movies that I haven't really watched all the movies of. So I think the next one would probably be Friday the 13th. Okay, have you watched Savage Land yet? Yes, I have actually. I watched it last year, I think. It was really cool. It's like, I think you could call it a found photography movie. I think it was made in like a mockumentary way. It's really cool. Creepy. The Invisible Man with Claude Rains. Cool. I've only watched the newest Invisible Man. I reckon it's very different from the old one. My niece's one brother convinced their dad to let him watch the original Hellraiser. He kept getting scared to the point he almost peed his pants and freaked out at the mention of Uncle Frank. That's funny actually, because I watched the original Hellraiser the first time like I ever watched it. And that was like 3 or 4 days ago with a friend of mine. It was really weird. Very oddly sexual in a way. I think that's probably something Clive Barker is also known for. Might be wrong about that, but it was pretty cool. Like, kind of weird and creepy. What's that one about DMT? I'm not sure. You should do live streams of reacting to short horror films on YouTube. Yeah, actually, I did do one of those, a couple of those videos with my brother on Spooks.com. Well, The Shining, need I say? Obviously, a classic, one of my favorites. So good. And you didn't tell me you watched it? I'm sorry, Buffy. I should have told you. Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance. I feel like if you've seen one Final Destination, you've seen them all. The only thing I think that's different are the deaths get more creative, unrealistic. Yeah, true. I think actually some of the sequels are a bit more entertaining than the first one, while they might not be better films per se. I think they're still very entertaining. I just watched them for the death scenes, honestly. The Affliction is a great found footage. That's one of the very few found footage movies I haven't seen, somehow. What do you guys think about Little Ghost I put in the corner of this video? I figured I needed at least one ghost somewhere. Actually, today I set up a found footage tier list. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna make a video about that for my website, or if I could do a live stream where I went through the tier list with you guys. So yeah, let me know if that's what you want to see. DMT, the Banshee chapter. Yeah, I've seen that. Wasn't really a big fan of it. Maybe I saw it on a bad day or something. I'll say the first movie is the creepiest, but my favorite is the third or fifth. The fourth one never happened. Yeah, actually, I also think for me it's either the second or third movie. The third one is the one with the roller coaster. I think that was pretty cool. The Possession is a good one. My one friend wants to get his ex-wife one. Cool. I haven't seen The Possession. But that's probably not a good thing. We have 18 viewers in here. 18 amazing people, if I might say so myself. I spent like 2 hours setting up this live stream trying to find a good animated loop background, but there was just nothing seemed good enough, so I just settled for a spooky forest. I figured that's probably fitting enough. It's about the Dybbuk box. The Dybbuk box? Didn't know that. Guess I should check it out. Alright. Let's see. So, guys. Do they celebrate Halloween where you are? Not really that much. Well, it's gotten a bit more popular over time, but back in the day, like nobody celebrated it. But somehow my family has had a tradition for the past 20 years to also always have like a little family gathering every Halloween. So that's nice. I took over the tradition from my grandparents, so now I'm the one who's hosting the get-togethers. Whoops. Yeah, so this is just a test live stream for those who just arrived. I think I'll come up with some fun things if I'm gonna do more live streams. In the US, kids and sometimes adults get dressed up. Yeah, I've noticed it's obviously a really big thing in the US. Any costume ideas? Shadow person. Yeah, just just dress up as a shadow, I guess. I feel like everyone's gonna dress up as like a Barbie or something. Oppenheimer this year. Barbenheimer. In the UK, nobody celebrates Halloween, not even little kids. It's kind of sad. Yeah, that is sad. It's gotten a bit more popular here, actually. I think my neighbors are already decorating their houses, so that's pretty cool. Sasquatch, that's a good costume. I actually have a Sasquatch costume, believe it or not. Don't worry, I won't film any fake videos with it. Hey, Lady Mania. Yeah, I remember you. Nice to see you too. Costume idea, tax collector. Oh, that's scary, dude. I think that's a bit too disturbing. I'll be dressing as a giant banana. That is that's terrifying. I think that's a great costume idea. Anyone else dressing up? I don't think I've ever really dressed up for Halloween. The only thing I'm doing for Halloween is seeing the Woman in Black stage play with my partner on Friday the 13th. That's cool. So the Woman in Black stage play. Oh yeah, obviously it's in the UK because it's a British ghost story. I've read the books a few times. It's really good. Um Hey Bunny, Karen is good. I'm actually gonna look after her tomorrow and until the day after. Was the Sasquatch costume expensive? No, I don't think it was. It's pretty cheap one. Definitely, if I tried to make a fake Bigfoot video with it, it would look really bad. Don't worry. I'm still trying to decide on a costume for Halloween. Yeah. I am amazed at the variety of Sasquatches in the various real videos. A lot of different suits. Yeah, I guess a lot of them are probably fake. But if there's one video, Sasquatch video, that I believe is real, it's the old original one from, is it 1966 or 68 or something? The Patterson Gimlin film. Uh, the original Bigfoot video. I think that one is real. Watched a lot of analysis on it, and I don't know, man. Just seems real to me. So, guys, I have a question. What are your go-to Halloween movies to watch? Not the Halloween franchise per se, just go-to movies that you love to watch on Halloween. One marker for real Sasquatch video would be 2 Sasquatches in one video. Yeah, I guess so. It would be a bit more of a bit more effort to put into it. Too expensive to fake. Yeah, I guess. Or you'd have to be pretty clever with your camera tricks or editing. Also, just to let you guys know, in 4 days I'm releasing a 30-minute long video, and then a couple of days later I'm releasing a 1-hour long video. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. We have 18 people in here. Alright, we got a movie here. Okay, Flesh Eater. It's a terrible zombie film, but it's my Halloween go-to. Flesh Eater. I don't think I've heard of that. Let's see. Flesh Eater. Movie. From 1988. I haven't heard of that before. But I'm sure it's a good time. Deirdre Garcia says, the book Devolution will give everyone a different idea about Bigfoot. Great book. Haven't read that. Guess I should give it a go. Are you finding it more difficult to find good stuff? Yeah, definitely, because at this point I've covered like thousands of videos probably, so it is definitely a bit harder, but I always find new sources somehow. Like, somehow there always seems to be new videos. Actually, I found some pretty cool ones that will be in the next video, which is going to be a top 13 video. It would be a toss-up between an Evil Dead marathon or the original Living Dead marathon. Night, dawn, day. Cool. I still need to watch all the Living Dead movies. Yeah, I know. I'm stupid. I should have watched those if I'm a true horror fan. I have watched the Evil Dead movies, obviously. So, hi, Chief Queef. One area of interest is EVPs. It's not a horror, but we always watch Halloween Town. I want to make a tradition of watching your videos. Yeah, is that like a Disney movie? Either way, it doesn't have to be like scary. You can also just watch something that's kind of Halloween related or spooky in its own right. Like Sleepy Hollow isn't really that scary either, but it's just the whole atmosphere of it that's perfect for Halloween. I'm sorry, Buffy. I've seen 5 horror movies total. Hated 3 of them and liked the other 2. Fair enough. Maybe you haven't watched the right ones yet. What are the 3 movies you hated? Maybe I'll agree. EVPs seem pretty easy to come by. Yet I have never heard an EVP myself, but they seem pretty easy to come by. I've heard a few on my own investigations. And yeah, EVPs, I think EVPs are definitely the easiest to fake in videos. That's why I don't really feature a lot of those, because I've noticed some of those like alleged skinwalker videos, they just put a stock audio or sound effect in and people somehow buy it. Night of the Living Dead is on YouTube for free since the copyright ran out and they didn't renew it. Oh, cool. Well, I guess that's an easy way to find it then. Stakeland is a gem of a film you should check out. End of Days plus vampires. Cool. Stakeland. Didn't really know about that one either. Let's see. Is it from 2010? Oh, that looks pretty good. It's got good reviews. How did I not know about that? You guys know about a lot of horror movies that I somehow haven't heard of. Freddy vs. Jason, Paranormal Activity, and The Blair Witch Project are the ones I've seen and hate, alright? Freddy vs. Jason, haven't seen that. Paranormal Activity, I thought was decent, but I definitely understand why you didn't like it. The Blair Witch Project, I can see where you're coming from, but that's one of my favorites for a lot of reasons. But I definitely understand why you wouldn't like it. Most popular EVP seems to be Get Out. Yeah, I've noticed that in Paranormal Investigations. It's somehow always like a breathy voice saying, "Get out." Okay, 2010. Okay, well, I'll put that on my watch list right now. I think if I were to name a few movies that I watch on Halloween, it would be Sleepy Hollow, The Woman in Black. I think Grave Encounters is a good one. Definitely The Blair Witch Project, because that takes place on Halloween, actually. Deep Blue Sea, the first film. Haven't seen it, but I was on a binge on like shark horror movies, but that one I haven't watched. Disney's Ghost Ship. Is that a Disney movie? I actually own the Blu-ray of Ghost Ship. For some reason I haven't seen it, which is weird. You guys are just mentioning all the movies I haven't seen somehow. I promise I've watched hundreds of horror movies. The Thing. I've seen that. Great movie. Love The Thing. Have you seen The Nun 2 yet? Nope, not yet, but I want to go watch it. I've watched all the other Conjuring franchise movies. I would add Trick or Treat too. That's based around Halloween too. Right, that's also would also be on my list. Definitely. That's like the perfect vibe. As far as my go-to Halloween movies go, Ghostbusters series, Sleepy Hollow, and the original Vampire Hunter D. Vampire Hunter D. Let's see, what is... Is that from 1985? So is it an anime? Looks like an anime. Krampus, yeah, that's great for Christmas. There are a few really great Christmas horror movies, but I think we deserve some more Christmas horror movies. It's a fun tradition to go like completely against the jolly, cheery vibe of Christmas and just go for something really dark like the original Black Christmas or Krampus, which is really nihilistic in a way. Actually, there is a very good indie version of Lovecraft's The Whisperer in Darkness by the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. I haven't heard of that. Sounds interesting. Blood Sea, Gungrave. You guys know a lot of movies that I don't know. Blood Sea. Oh, that's anime too. And Gungrave. I need to look all this stuff up. Also, the Mothman Prophecies. It's actually a Christmas horror movie as well, in my opinion, because it ends on Christmas Eve. So that's just a fun little fact for you. It's a great movie. I love it. All right, let's see. I actually have like a notepad of the horror movies of 2023 that I've seen so far. And it's Talk to Me, a new one, really really disturbing movie. Then there's The Boogeyman. I liked it, but mixed opinions. Scream 6, always a huge Scream fan. Evil Dead Rise, Missing, Knock at the Cabin, Megan, Infinity Pool, Skinamarink, and The Pale Blue Eye. And then I have a lot of movies on my watch list that I need to get through. Mothman is good. Yes, it is. It's a great movie. Very underrated, in my opinion. Oh, Lake Mungo. That's a creepy one. That's probably the scariest movie I've ever seen. I know it doesn't affect everyone the same way, but it really affected me. Like, I was creeped out and got the chills really badly. What else did we got? Oh, The Empty Man. The Empty Man, that's a great one from last year. Highly recommended. I'm just scrolling through my IMDb ratings. uh, Megan reminds me of Veruca, like she went postal from the chocolate factory. Anyone seen the Guillermo del Toro horror movies? Crimson Peak or Devil's Backbone? Wonder how they are. I've seen Crimson Peak. It was pretty good. Not the scariest, but it has a good atmosphere and good acting. Haven't seen Devil's Backbone, but I've heard it's probably his scariest movie. Maybe. Either that or Pan's Labyrinth. I don't know. The Dark and the Wicked was the last film I saw that spooked me. That's, yeah, actually a scary one. Has a few really creepy scenes. Hello, love your content. Thank you, Tango, Jamo. I just have one question. Why are ghosts seemingly so damn shy? Like, why don't they want to be seen? Any theories? Good question. Good question. I mean, if they are real, it's probably something that we don't really understand. It's a phenomenon that we can't really explain. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'm very open-minded to this stuff, but I don't actually have any concrete theory as to ghosts. What do you guys think? Do you have any theories? As the God's Will is a pretty scary Japanese horror film. As the God's Will. Let's check that out. Interesting. A group of high school students are forced to play a game of death without knowing who, why, or how. Cool. Sounds like fun. Hadn't even heard of that. I wonder how I can watch it, because that sounds interesting. There was one done back in 1980 called Watcher in the Woods. It's considered a supernatural horror movie done by Disney. Watcher in the Woods. I've heard of that. Let's just look it up real quick. The Watcher in the Woods. Haven't seen it. Oh, it has a creepy doll in it. I love creepy dolls. How about Winchester with Helen Mirren? I know about it. Still one of those I haven't seen. Because I heard a lot of people hating on it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad though. It wasn't very motivating for me to try to watch it, but I will definitely watch it at some point. I think the reason ghosts are shy is because to them we are the dead ones and run when they see us. Huh. That could be. Or Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes with Jonathan Pryce. Haven't seen that either. I'm sorry, guys. I swear to God. Like, I've seen... I think I counted recently, and it's like over 300 horror movies. Just pretty messed up. Short horror films like Look See. Let's see. Haven't seen that. I see it's a Crypt TV who made it. As the God's Will can be purchased on Vudu for $10. Huh. Is Vudu available in Denmark, I wonder? Because usually it's just a bunch of services that Vudu is not available in your region. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, so many good movies I can't watch because I'm Danish. It's really annoying. Alright, we still have 12 viewers, so apparently some people don't find me insanely boring. That's great. I'm not the most energetic. One, two, three movies. What is that? What does that mean? One, two, three movies. Oh. I see what it is. Ever thought about a VPN? Yes, actually, I've tried some services. It is possible if you can use PayPal or a credit card from your own region, but there are some streaming services where you have to use an American credit card or something. So obviously I wouldn't be able to get those, unfortunately. Thank you, Lady Mania. I appreciate it. Just want to say thank you, Sir Spooks, for all the efforts. Thank you, SM, for thanking me. No, I appreciate it. I really do. It is a pleasure making videos for you guys. It really is. What to say when you've spoken to yourself for 40 minutes? Please say something. One of you guys, please say something. Let's see, what else? What else do we have? What can I talk about with you guys? Maybe sometime narrate some more Lovecraft stories. Yeah, that was a fun little project I had for a while on Spooky Hour. But I didn't continue it because, I don't know, didn't seem to really catch on that much, I guess. Also, I did it with a friend and he didn't want to continue doing it because we did it as sort of a collaborative project where he would edit the videos and I would narrate and find the stories. But he didn't want to continue doing that. So it just turned to becoming a bit too much work when I still had Search Spooks, like my main channel to worry about. At some point you mentioned you might be writing your own fiction. Yeah, I have been writing my own fiction actually. I've been working on a book for a while. I'm just really slow. Really, really slow. But yeah, I have been writing some stories. I think they're pretty good, pretty scary. Are you gonna be gaming on here too? Yes, I think that would be fun. I'm just testing the waters right now. That's why it's my first time. I did do a few live streams on Twitch like a year ago, and now this is the first time I'm trying on YouTube. So yeah, if you guys want me to, I'd love to live stream some horror games as well. This is just a little test to see if I knew how to live stream at all, and I guess I did. Fortunately. You ever been to the States? No, I haven't. It's a really long travel. Who's that little boy behind you? That's just Billy. Don't worry about him. Love your stuff, Sir Spooks. Thanks. Thank you, T Hulk. I appreciate it. Alright, it's approaching the devil's hour for me. The witching hour, 3 a.m. This is the perfect time for me to get possessed by a vengeful demon or something. Or at least that's what people say, so gotta watch my back. I live alone, so can't really go crying to anyone when that happens. What about you guys? Do you live alone or do you live with someone? That's an interesting question, I think. I'd love to know what your living situation is. If I'm the only loner in the chat. You live in New Zealand? No, I live in Denmark. But New Zealand is a pretty cool country, I must say. They have the craziest nature. It's me and 2 other people in the home. Alright. I live alone. It's not bad. No, it's not bad at all, actually. It has some good things about it to live alone. I just moved out onto my own. Alright, cool. Do you know when the witching hour changed from midnight to 3 a.m.? That might be a Mandela effect for me. Good question. Yeah, I guess maybe maybe it's different from culture to culture. Maybe it's something that slowly changed or something. I'm not sure why actually. The witching hour is 3 a.m. exactly. Definitions vary and include the hour immediately after midnight and the time between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Yeah, see, so it varies. I guess some people would say it's midnight, and others say 3 a.m. Interesting. I live on top of MT Mount? I don't know, MT Hood slash Oregon. I live with my lady friend. All right. What is your take on the recent UFO whistleblowers claim the US has alien technology and bodies? Good question. I've been following along on that very, very intensely. And I believe him, definitely believe him. He's a very trustworthy source. And obviously, he isn't able to fully disclose a lot of things because that would just put him in prison. And we're talking about David Grush right now, the whistleblower from the US government. Um, yeah, I think it's really, really cool and interesting. And it's timed really well with all the recent UFO videos that we've seen, and and I think a lot of them are real. I really do. And from all the stories I've read, all the evidence I've seen personally, I really believe in this whole UFO subject right now. Uh, and I don't think it's crazy to say that, especially with everything going on right now. I've personally actually seen a UFO myself about 6 or 7 years ago. Midnight is the bewitching, and 3 is the what witching hour. I'm not sure what the difference is. Hello, Miss Delane. How did you become interested in the paranormal, or what started your Sir Spooks journey? Huh. What? I'm not sure how I became interested actually. I think I grew up like the first 18 years of my life I lived out in the country, out in the middle of nowhere, where it's just pure darkness everywhere. Um, and I think the creepiness of that kind of sparked my interest somehow. Also, I would hear ghost stories from friends and family, and it always fascinated me a lot. And as a kid, in our school library, there were a lot of books on paranormal subjects, and those were always the books that I borrowed. So I don't know. It's just something that's always interested me. What about you guys? How did you get into the paranormal? If there was any specific reason at all. Hello from Michigan. Hello, NRS Juggalo. Welcome to the stream. The witching hour is 12 midnight and the devil's hour is 3 a.m. All right. Well, some people say the witching hour and the devil's hour is the same thing. So I think there's a lot of different definitions, apparently. But yeah, you could be right. I don't know. I once had a paranormal experience that I think was from my dad who died in 2003. Our TV changed by itself. It changed to a channel he watched when he was living. Then it changed itself back. Wow. See, you know, I think many people get interested in the paranormal because they have their own personal experiences with it. Obviously, that's probably the main reason for many people. My grandmother is a witch and always told me stories. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like a witch in what way? Is like, is it is she a traditional, like the old classic witch, or is like the modern version of a witch? A Christmas Carol every year. It is a ghost story. Yeah, it is a ghost story. Yeah, Misty Lane, it is confusing why there are so many definitions of the witching and the devil's hour. Like, I've looked it up, and there's no clear accepted definition, apparently. It's probably something that's changed throughout history. She's a classic witch. Alright. So, classic in the sense that she has certain, like, powers, certain abilities. Because that'd be pretty badass. Personal experience with paranormal, also UFO. Very cool. So, yeah, personal experiences are big reason. And the UFO. Okay, that's cool. I have I can't really say that I've had an experience that I could definitively say was paranormal myself, but I have had a UFO experience. So, how about the folklore of your native country? Um, we don't have we don't have the creepiest folklore. We have like some really stupid things like goblins and stuff, and trolls in the forest. I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. But we don't have a lot of really creepy urban legends. But we do have some interesting ones to do with lakes and the sea and stuff, like the Kraken. I think the very first Kraken sighting was just on the coast of Denmark. Um, and what else? We have the Nyx. I think it's like a weird sea creature or lake creature that drags you in and drowns you. It's pretty creepy. Uh oh, we got a lot of comments. All right, let's see. I heard 3 a.m. the Earth is closest to the moon. 3 p.m. Purchase closest to the sun. That's why it's the hottest time of the day. All right, Lady Mania. Yes, my paranormal experiences is how I started watching the videos and a few others because I love seeing what other people experience. Cool. Yeah. Yes, Dadpool, it is. It's really me. The one and only. She's highly sensitive and can tell when someone is going to show up. Ah, okay. And that is a kind of an ability that some people have. SM, yeah, little people. Yeah, we have little people in that's one of our biggest folklore, like myths. Hafa Adai from Guam, sir. Hafa Adai. What is that? Oh, it means hello. Hello. Nice to see you. Someone said at 3 a.m. your metabolism is at its slowest. Okay, so maybe that's why it's the witching hour or the devil's hour. Alright, guys, I have a question for you. Do you believe in anything paranormal? Or are you a skeptic? Something, yeah, something to ponder. I love watching Sir Spooks here in my island of Guam. Thank you, Gary? Jerry? Gary? Pangin... Pangalinan? I don't know. I butchered your name. Sorry. Huldufolk is Finland, I guess. Yeah, probably. Shout out, please. Shout out to you, Gary. Jerry. However you pronounce it. You have Bigfoot out in Denmark? Unfortunately, no. We don't have any Bigfoot legends in Denmark. I wish we did because I freaking love Bigfoot. Skeptic but open minded. And Lady Mania, you believe. Yeah, I would also say slightly skeptical but open minded to most things. Love your videos, keep the great work. Thank you, Cell. I appreciate it. I believe in me in past lives. Interesting. That's a really cool concept. And it does seem like some people once in a while just pop up with the craziest stories about their past lives, and a lot of the details turn out to be true and stuff. So some interesting stories in that realm. Ghostbird, I am a limited believer. Not everything is true. Fair. Correct, you said right. Okay, cool. Said your name right. The witching hour is a mysterious time when the supernatural world is said to be more active and powerful than usual. Yeah. So it's 3 a.m. right now for me, so I guess now is the time I'm going to be slaughtered by a demon or something. Can't wait. I'm just kidding. I lived in a haunted house for 10 years. Wow. That's spooky. Did some very scary things happen? So Spooks is the best storyteller. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, Misty Lane looked it up, and some believe the witching hours are 12 midnight to around 1 a.m. and also 3 a.m. So both beliefs are true. Yeah, that's right. I'm 60-40 believe. I have stayed in some famous hotspots but have yet to see anything. Yeah, same. I haven't really had definitive paranormal experiences myself, so but I'm very open-minded to it, and I really hope I see a ghost one day. That would be sweet. I think all pretty scary. I guess you don't know until you've tried it. I've heard that at 4 a.m. is when our body's temperature is at its lowest. Oh, interesting. I thought our temperature was higher at night actually, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Grew up paranormal, so used to it, but also scary. So, did you grow up with paranormal experiences? 9:05 on a Friday night here. Yeah, so it's Saturday for me. So I guess I am from the future to you guys. 3 a.m. Wow, if we up that time, we have to say out, excuse me for staying up. We are not bothering you. Yeah. Well, I live alone, so I can stay up pretty late. Also, I would have gone to bed earlier, but it took me a while to set up this live stream. But we'll be fine. It's the weekend. No, it was my mother-in-law. She committed suicide in the living room and always checked in on my two kids. Wow. That's That is scary. I assume. Like, not knowing. But it does sound scary. We always ask permission to our ancestors. Oh. Our body temps drop when we are sleeping. Always haunting going on in my house growing up. The house I grew up in was haunted. Everything from lights going on and off, apparitions, strange sounds, some poltergeist activity as well. Back in the 60s, a man took his own life in the garage. Wow. That's you should write a book about it. Definitely. If I grew up in with like a really haunted house, I would probably have tried to write a book about it now. Many probably believe, but some might have a bad feeling about this. Yeah. Yeah, I do think some people might have had an experience, but it's so like scary to them that they maybe avoid the subject altogether or just become skeptical to try to find a, a rational explanation for what they saw or felt or experienced. It's just a theory, obviously. Also, common to see duendas. Is that the what's it called? Is that like the goblin kind of thing? Yeah, so it's like either dwarf, gnome, or leprechaun. Yeah, I've featured a few of those in my videos. Have you seen a duende yourself? Elf. Elf. There's a spot out here in Oregon that nobody's ever covered that's extremely scary. It's called Silent Rock. I think I've I think I maybe have heard of that because I've been doing a lot of research for a secret project now. And a lot of it has been on in a lot of locations in the US, so I might have heard of that actually. It is scary at first, but we got used to the smoke foam, footsteps, and the smell of lavender. Hmm. It's interesting that you can get used to a haunting because at first it must have been really terrifying. Yes, I saw, and some not friendly. They can trick you or make you sick. Oh, so you should probably stay away from duendes. Are there any like any locations close to you guys that are notoriously haunted or has some really weird urban legends or myths um, surrounding them? I think that's an interesting subject. The most famous abandoned place in Denmark I used to grow up very much close to, like a few kilometers or miles away from my house. It was an abandoned theme park, so that's really cool. Unfortunately, it was demolished a couple of years ago. So, all right. So yeah, let me know if there's any cool locations close to you guys, or just a creepy location like an abandoned place that you've explored or something. Obviously, that's something I'm very interested in myself. So, oh, we've been going for an hour now. Very nice, very cool. I'm just saying things at this point. My island of Guam don't go in the jungle and disrespect the ancestors. Always ask permission out to the spirits. That is the respectful thing to do. Definitely. Yeah, I think that's very, very it's very different from culture to culture how you approach these subjects. There's an abandoned church close by. I'm yet to go check it out. It looks eerie. Yeah, abandoned churches are really, really creepy. There's a really cool abandoned castle very close to me, but it's such a weird location. It's like surrounded by almost, I would call it a cult in a way. It's like is their own little sect or something. Um, they have their own flag and everything. So it's like it's really this really creepy, big gothic abandoned castle that they just own apparently, and then they have like their camp all the way surrounding that castle. So I've tried a few times to go out and over to the castle, but they are just watching me, so I'm not able to get into the castle. It's really weird and creepy. It really gives me the shivers just thinking about it. Very weird location. It's called Tau Mona in my language, means the people before us, our time. Interesting. We have a lot of haunted places in Ohio. One of my favorites is the Moonville Tunnel. Yes, I know about that tunnel. Actually, I think I tried to find some ghost videos at the Moonville Tunnel at some point. That was one of my ways of researching at one point, trying to look up various haunted locations and then see if any people had captured creepy videos at those locations. I explored an abandoned missile silo. Was as you would expect, dark, quiet, and empty. Was cool. Yeah, that's cool. I think, yeah, I've explored a few missile bases in Germany myself. I explored an abandoned nuclear missile base close to Berlin. That was really cool. It's actually on this channel. Mr. Lean, oh man, be careful. Yes, I will. I'm always trying to be careful when I go to abandoned places. Like, I've had some really weird experiences, actually, now that I think about it, in abandoned places. Especially at night, that's when the creepy stuff happens. We had an abandoned house in the neighborhood growing up. It caught fire when I was about 5 years old and was not reoccupied. Stupid emoji. Can't see your message. Something was too afraid to go in. Oh, I was too afraid to go in. Okay. Yeah. Now that I remember now, actually, where I grew up, the first 18 years of my life, I lived out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And the house next to my neighbor had been abandoned for like decades. And it's still abandoned, still standing there to this day. And I explored that place multiple times, and I did have some weird experiences that some people might call paranormal. So that was really creepy because it's just in the middle of nowhere. um, and then to the other side, like the neighbor to my neighbor's neighbor, maybe that was also an abandoned house. Really creepy places, I have to say. Have some creepy memories, but nostalgic memories too. I do love me some abandoned places. Something very interesting about that. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let me tell you about one of those experiences at the abandoned house that I lived next to. At one point, when I was, I don't know, maybe 12 or something, um, I had like a slumber party with a bunch of my friends, and then I asked them maybe we should go to the abandoned house when it gets dark outside, and then we did, because we're stupid. Um, and it was weird because it's been abandoned for decades, right? But when we got to the back door, which is the open door always, that I always was the only way to get inside, um, suddenly it was locked, and that's never happened before. And then one of my friends tried to like force it open, and then suddenly we heard like a really loud banging sound from inside, and then we just ran away, really scared by that. I have no idea what it was. Um, Most of the videos I watch on paranormal coming from the States or whatever country are actually kind of worse than what happens here. It freaks me out on those places. Um, we got the sound of someone talking when no one was there on a train horn, but sadly they shut down my old YouTube page. Oh, well that's a shame. I hope you still have the video. Um, it's 11:25 a.m. here on Guam. Andrew McLeod have places like haunted forests, castles, caves, churches like with White Lady, lost souls hearing footsteps, etc. Some place was already in your video. Oh, cool. Speaking of tunnels, a good spooky one is the Hoosac Tunnel in Massachusetts. A lot of people died building it. Yes, I know about the Hoosac Tunnel. Actually, I think maybe I featured it in a video of mine. And found that place really, really fascinating. Have you done a video or heard of the Jackie Hernandez house in San Pedro, California? There was an entity up in her attic. There's some videos on it here on YouTube. It's still inhabited. Very creepy. I don't know if I've heard about that. But that's cool. I'll have to check it out. Maybe there's some good material for the channel. Always on the lookout for some good creepy videos. We don't have that many like haunted places in Denmark. It's mostly old, really old castles that have a bunch of ghost stories related to them. But those places are really difficult to gain access to and do a paranormal investigation. I've actually tried, but you don't even get a response. So Urbex Hill visits abandoned places. He's the best. Yeah, his videos are really cool. I have no idea how he has the guts to go to those really creepy abandoned places all alone at night. It's kind of dangerous. Don't try it at home. Wouldn't recommend it. It's scary. I've only tried once to explore an abandoned house at night by myself. I think I just challenged myself to do it, and I did it, and it was terrifying. I don't really mind doing it with another person, but like exploring an abandoned place alone at night is surprisingly scary. Hoosac Tunnel is in the northwestern corner of the state near North Adams. Yeah. A lot of haunted tunnels in the US, it seems like. Like I've come across a lot while researching. There are also some really creepy. There's a really creepy abandoned and haunted tunnel in Japan too. Don't remember the name right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun talking to you guys. we should do this again and maybe do some other things. Wait, what's that? There was an animation in the chat just now. Huh. Well, I'm new to live streaming, so. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. And that it isn't way too boring. Which I would imagine it might be. You could go visit the home of Dagmar Overby. Dagmar Overby. Let me see. Oh, Danish serial killer. Dagmar Johanne Amalie Overby. She killed 9 babies in the period of 7 years. I've heard of her, I think, but that's scary. From 1913 to 1920, she killed 9 babies. That's messed up. Let me see if I can find her house. That would be... That's a good idea, actually. Good one. Did you just look that up, or did you know about her beforehand? This has been really fun. Thank you. I'm glad it's been fun. I've been telling everyone about your channel, Sir Spooks. Thank you so much, Catherine. I really appreciate that. This was pleasantly unexpected. That's a good surprise then. Sir Spooks, you're very engaging and friendly. Thank you, Deirdre. I appreciate that. You guys are very nice to me too. So it's been a good little conversation, good friendly conversation. It says 9 to 25 babies, which is wild. That is wild. Like how did she get away with that? Like, were some of them her own babies, or was it other people's babies, or was she like oh, she was a child caretaker. Okay, caring for babies born outside of marriage, murdering her own charges. Okay, this is disturbing. She strangled them, drowned them, or burned them to death in her masonry heater. The corpses were either cremated, buried, or hidden in the loft. Wow, that's dark. That's really fucked up. Well, Danish serial killer. All right, god damn. From Copenhagen, it seems. All right, well, I'll have to look up if I can find her house, and maybe you could do like an investigation there. Got to go. Thanks, sir. I love you. Thank you so much for joining, Gary. Have a good day. I tell you, I've been reading about the Villisca Axe murder house in Iowa. Not paranormal, but very scary. Oh, I thought that was paranormal. I've seen a few paranormal investigation from the Axe murder house, actually. A lot of people do think it's haunted. Okay, she buried the babies out back of her house. Yeah, wow. It's messed up. The Collector, another good horror movie. Yeah, that's a good one. I hear it's a trilogy now. At least there are 2 movies, and maybe the 3rd one is coming out soon, I think. Unless it already did. But yeah, I've seen the first one. It's good. And people ask me why I quit my job to raise my kids. It's just like you have a contract to It's just like a job. I don't know. I don't know what kind of joke I'm trying to make right now. Anyway, yeah. It is kind of creepy, the whole Dalma Overby story. Oh, I guess if an English speaking person would say her name, it would be Dagmar Overby, which is fair. It is a difficult name to say, to pronounce in Danish. Dagmar Overby. Danish serial killers. Let me see if there are any others I haven't heard about. Oh, yeah, that was Peter Lundin, a notorious one as well. Okay, you got it. That's good. I'm surprised we're still at 19 viewers, honestly. Like, oh, 20 now. Damn. I imagined after an hour we would be at like 3 viewers or something. Because I remember when I did a couple of live streams on Twitch. I at some point had a bit over 20, and then after like an hour, I was at like 5 viewers. So I guess that was really boring. Not sure how to babble for like hours on end. But I think I'm gonna end the live stream pretty soon. But it's been really nice talking to you guys. Really appreciate all the people who showed up. It's been fun, and I hope we can do it again. Maybe I can play a game. Maybe we can do a tier list of horror movies or found footage movies, or maybe we can do something else entirely. Whatever you guys want to do. Thornes Christensen was a Danish serial killer here in the US. Oh. So we moved to the US. Whoa. Hey, we got a new subscriber. Thank you, Honestly Geek, for subscribing. I appreciate that. We just managed to get 1 subscriber notification just to see how the alert box looks. That's great. Alright, be well, guys. Yeah, this was completely spontaneous. Yeah, alright. Well, thank you so much, and have a great day, guys. I'm gonna go to sleep. It's really late for me. I didn't get killed by any demons, so that's a plus. That's a very good thing. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and I guess I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream, whatever it'll be. All right.